All right. So I wanted to start at 9:09 and I did, but I had to start it over. So now it's 9:11, 9:11. And I just wanted this background, my backdrop of what I'm talking about today to be in it. Of course, I got to rebuild up the room. So let me give it a few minutes. I'm going to actually pull up my notes that I'm going with today. While I wait, hi, those joining. Hi, Lisa. So yeah, my name is Z, short for Zakia. Zakia means intelligent in Arabic, and I'm celebrating my Mars return. What does Mars return mean? It's the same thing as having a birthday. Shout out to the Geminis having their solar return right now. So solar return means the sun is coming back to where it was when you were born, right? So when I was born, Mars was in Leo, which is why I'm having my Mars return. I'm not a Gemini, right? I'm not a sun in Gemini. I'm a Scorpio sun at 22 degrees. We're going to talk about that later too. So celebrating my Mars return will go more into people who have Mars in Leo later, like myself. But it's one reason why I'm on live even tonight, because people who have Mars in Leo are people who like the spotlight. And my Scorpio sun does not always like the spotlight, but my Mars in Leo does. So celebrating me today. Had lots of accomplishments this week. Stood up for myself, which is what brave lionesses do. Hi, everyone joining. So all I'm saying about this is we're going to talk astrology this evening. We're going to always tie it in the truth. This is a truther channel too. I talk about things people call conspiracy theories, which we, the conspiracy theorists, y'all's labels, are truthers in real life. And all we are here is to bring awareness and consciousness to those who are unconscious and unaware. So that's all my page is about. I do thank all 8,000 plus of my followers. I have over 100 something thousand likes because I get busy on this channel. I don't go live a lot, which is why it's taking me a minute to develop a following on my live right now. But I'm going to go ahead and save this on my YouTube channel for later. No, I'm not taking anyone to join my live, especially people who are not about astrology or truths. No foolishness allowed. And that's my Capricorn moon. All right, so thank you everyone for joining. Again, I'm talking about these 3 placements. So hopefully y'all can see. I can take this down, all right? I'll move this off of my ring light so y'all can see, because I'm still learning how to work live. Thank you for the likes. I really appreciate it, because I don't go live a lot, so please hit that like button. Please send me any 1-point gifts or whatever they are, 1 coin gifts, if you can too, just to bring up this page. I appreciate y'all, and all that you all are here. So up here we have Mars, right? Mars is in Leo. You see the line up there? Again, I have Mars in Leo myself on my birth chart. So birth charts are like maps of our lives. And every day someone is born, every minute of the day, which creates a birth chart every day. So right now, somebody's celebrating their own birth chart. Right now, somebody's being born into a birth chart. And they have these placements behind me. What's going on right now is we have a conjunction. Conjunction means blended energies from 2 placements. This is Jupiter, and this is the North Node in Taurus. Then we're having an opposition. And let me put the opposition sign up. Opposition means, and we all have oppositions because we all have these 2 placements, the North Node and the South Node. The North Node is our destiny. The South Node is our karma. The North Node is where we step into our power, but we might have no idea on how to do it. The South Node is where we're comfortable, and we need to release it because we know how to do it too well, and it needs to kind of wrap itself up, right? It never wraps itself up, let me say that, because we all want to feel comfortable sometimes. But what we want to also do is to step into our power. All right. Thank you for sending a finger heart. I appreciate y'all. Again, I'm not able to let anybody join this live because I don't know you unless you're into astrology and I know you, or you're into truths, conspiracy theories. I am not allowing you to come on my live, but thanks again. All right, so let's talk a little bit about this opposition with this conjunction, okay? Again, conjunction is blended energy, so these two placements, Jupiter, the planet Jupiter, which is expansion, luck, abundance, is in Taurus, right? It's actually comfortable being in Taurus. The North Node is also comfortable being in Taurus. We just had, we have Uranus also in Taurus too, but it's not at the same degree. So Jupiter and the North Node are at 3 degrees today, June the 1st. Shout out to all my rainbow people. Happy Rainbow Month. These are chakras too, because y'all, I literally, excuse my messy bed, I literally try to heal my chakras every night too. Working on this throat one for Gemini season, because Gemini is communication. But we're not talking about the Gemini sun right now. We're talking about these two placements in Taurus. I'm calling them placements because Jupiter is a planet and North Node is a placement. The nodes are created from the moon. Wherever the moon was when you were born, the nodes always stay where they are for 18 months, but they're based on the moon. Thank you again for the likes. Wow. Thank you all for the likes. I appreciate you all and for being here. Leave any comments in it. I know a lot of people are new to astrology. I know a lot of people don't understand astrology. I'm going to try to explain it the best way I can. I break it down really well. If you need a birth chart reading, hit me up in my DM. But anyway, currently right now, so talking about the current chart is just like talking about the weather, okay? Currently right now, the North Node and the South Node have been in Taurus and Scorpio, which are opposing signs, since January 2022, since like the middle of January last year. So it's getting ready to wrap up. The 18th month will be this July. So it'll be moving to Aries and Libra because they retrograde, which means they go backwards. So the sign before Taurus is Aries. So it'll be in Aries for the North Node. We'll all be we'll talk about that later, but, and then it'll be in Libra in the South Node. Just a briefing on that. It'll be about war and peace. Aries is aggressive. Libra is harmonizing. That'll be the theme. But the theme currently for the last 16 and a half months, with Taurus being in the North Node and Scorpio being in the South Node, has been about finances, resources. Can y'all get this is why I tied into conspiracy theories. This is why I tied into truth, because have we not been feeling finances and resource struggles? And the best way to step into your destiny, speaking on North Node, right? The North Node being in Taurus, the best way to step into your destiny is to figure out innovatively, with Uranus being the planet of innovation in Taurus. It's not up here, but it is also in Taurus. I don't have all the placements up, as you all can see. I only have the ones I'm talking about today. But Uranus means being innovative in Taurus. Taurus is our resources. Taurus is what we desire, our values, our security, where we're stable. And then Jupiter being the planet of luck is tying this in. So let me just read really quick about this opposing signs of Taurus and Scorpio. Because your birth chart, thank you for all the likes. I'm over 1,000 now. Awesome. And I'm under 10 minutes in. So I really appreciate y'all. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for joining and being here. So I really want people to understand. I want you all to understand that, and I'm looking at my other phone for my notes, that you're not just your sun sign. So when someone says, oh, I'm a Scorpio and I can't deal with, Scorpios can hardly deal with any signs, Scorpio signs, but, or risings. They'll say, I can only deal with water, like Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, those are earth signs, or other water signs, Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. But you might do well with a Sagittarius or a Libra because you all have similar other placements. Like maybe you both have the North Node in Taurus. Maybe you both have Earth moon signs, like Capricorn or Virgo or Taurus moons. That's how you truly find compatibility. But we'll talk about that another time. Because a lot of people love to ask me questions about compatibility, especially when I do go live and they see this chart behind me. Who can go well with my sign? We're here to learn all about it so you can figure that out via your birth chart. Okay? You don't have to get one from me. They're free online. It's just if you don't understand all this, you won't know what you're reading online. Okay? Thank you again for the likes. All right, so let me go into talking about this opposition. So we all have oppositions on our birth charts, okay? Because we all have nodal placements. Mine are actually I have a Libra North node and an Aries South node. And in July, it'll be the Aries North node and the Libra South node, but it'll affect me because I have those placements just in the opposite positions, right? But we all have nodes in our birth charts. Whenever you were born, the nodes were there too, just like the planets, okay? So like my grandson was born just in this past January 2023, so he has a Taurus North node, okay? His destiny is to get money, be stable, secure. Just like my destiny as a Libra North node is to be a people person, to do for people. I've always been a teacher, and now my current job is working with people with disabilities. So I'm a people person because it is my destiny. Does that make sense? Oh, I have more people in. Thank you so much for being here. Please ask me any questions in the comments in the comment section. I will try to read them as I read my notes. Okay, so on today, June the 1st, 2023, Jupiter, the planet of luck, abundance, and opportunity expansion, is conjunct, meaning they are close in degrees. They're in 3 degrees, both of them. The North Node in Taurus and Jupiter are both in 3 degrees of Taurus. Okay, so that means that they're conjunct because they're in the same sign and in the same degree or close in degree, within 2 or 3 degrees, right? So even if Jupiter moves on in a couple of days and is in 4 degrees, it'll still be conjunct. It'll be conjunct for about another week or less. Okay, a little bit under a week, because they'll still be in close proximity. They've been already conjunct because before Jupiter was in 3 degrees today, it's exact now, right? So before Jupiter was in 3 degrees, even at 2, it was a lot of people who have Taurus placements, and we'll talk about that a little bit too, that are receiving abundance in whatever they have Taurus placements in. For example, I have Chiron in Taurus. Chiron is the wounded healer. It's another placement that I don't have up here right now. Chiron is actually in Aries, getting ready to go into Taurus in a couple of years. But again, so it'll be my Chiron return in a couple of years. But where was I going, y'all? I don't know. Let me get back to reading this. Maybe I'll remember. I was saying that I'm healing because I have Chiron and Taurus through a lot of ways. Meeting people who are healing my friendships or my family relationships. Slowly but surely, I'm healing back with my own father, who I had father issues with. So that's kind of how you look at it. Whatever Taurus placement, if you have a son, if your son is in Taurus, like if you just had a birthday a couple of weeks ago, recently, because we just moved into Gemini season, right? Somewhere these 2 planets helped you have a good birthday. My daughter is a Taurus. She literally had a wild birthday. It was good until about 6:00 in the afternoon when she got into a car accident. She was lucky to have her life. Everyone in the car was lucky to have their life. But now they're having like a big settlement from it. Jupiter brings luck. North Node is your destiny. Just take that, and do whatever with it. I'm totally glad my daughter's here and she can get some free money off of being hit, and thank God she's alive to get that money. But anyway, Taurus is opening doors of opportunity for us with this conjunction. This is a unique chance, and I'm reading from Astro Butterfly, another astrologer who sends out newsletters on the aspects. Aspects are what's going on right now, or what was going on your birth chart. Okay? So currently, today, June 1st, 2023, we're having an opposition with these 2 things in conjunction. Jupiter in the North Node opposing the South Node in Scorpio. So we're going to talk about all that really quick. This is a unique chance to embark on a new journey. Remember, North Node has to do with your destiny. With Jupiter conjunct the North Node, there's a strong pull to walk the path of purpose. The North Node will draw us in, pulling us into the unknown. Jupiter and the North Node have quite a bit in common. They're both growth-oriented. Forward-looking energies, Jupiter wants to find a higher meaning, and the North Node is actually our purpose in life. That's why it's so important to know your purpose in life in your birth chart, because you have no idea. Until I tapped into my birth chart heavy, I always know how to do astrology, but in 2020, I had to figure out, and like many of us, how to keep money coming in, right? Thank you for being here, you all. Please hit the likes. Continue to hit the likes. I appreciate y'all. So long story short, I had to figure out with my Libra North Node what I can do for people, because I'm a people person and it's my destiny as a Libra North Node, having a Libra North Node, to do something harmonizing. And I literally taught people how to read their birth charts, and I did their birth chart readings in bricks. I still do this, right? The price went up, but in 2020 I was charging $20 just to practice astrology and teach people how to read their birth charts and know their destiny, because that was my destiny, and it still is. I teach people, little people, since 2000 to 2017 as a teacher. And now I teach people how to get jobs coming out of high school that have disabilities, because it's my destiny. Do you get it? All right. And if you have a Taurus North Node on your birth chart, you would want to listen up. Thank you again for the likes, and keep them coming, please. All right. So Jupiter, or if you have Jupiter in Taurus, unfortunately, my last live, I did it with my ex-girlfriend now, but she has Jupiter in Taurus. I know big things are coming for her. It's her Jupiter return, just like it's my Mars return, which was what we started talking about before a lot of you came in. How do you know? Be more specific, Rena. How do I know that I think you might be a robot? It's because you're not being specific. And I'm definitely being specific. Anyway, thank you. 17 is my favorite number. Thank you for 17 people being in here, and 1,000 something likes. 20 people. Thank you all. Thank you for being here. All right. So they are both growth oriented. We're talking about Jupiter in Taurus and North Node in Taurus right here. When Jupiter and the North Node meet, opportunity meets readiness. I said that. The North Node energy can be elusive. The North Node is a mathematical point, not an actual planet, like I said. It depends on the time you were born, where the moon was, to tell the degrees you have with these North Nodes, okay? The North Node is our inner compass. It's that inexplicable, I think that's how you say it, drive and longing that pulls us in and makes us do things that don't make sense to others and even to ourselves. So important to know your North Node. I cannot express. We don't know why we are attracted to something. We don't know why we feel drawn in. Thank you for the likes. But the pull and longing are difficult to ignore. Now listen, you don't even have to have a Taurus North Node in your birth chart. But as we are living right now and today, it is our duty to figure out why these energies we feel are drawing to us, especially about finances as a society right now, especially about our resources, especially if you live in cities or country settings, urban or rural settings. We all are having resource problems all over this country, all over this world. And that's tied into that South Node that we're going to get into soon too. Scorpio has to do with some deep, dark stuff that we're trying to release and bring out the hidden, so we can figure out why our resources, you see what I'm saying? So we can figure out why our resources are so short. It's because there's some secrets that are being hidden that we need to figure it out. Thank you for the roses. Thank you, Rena. Okay. Oh, you do know something. Okay, Rena. Well, I apologize. Thank you for speaking up more. You're a Sag, Sun, Cancer, Moon, Capricorn rising. You have you have more cardinal energy. Really quick, I'm gonna read Rena really quick. She was cool with me. You have cardinal energy, which is you start and initiate things, especially with the way you react, which is the moon. Your rising is your overall personality. So you work hard in the home and at work. That's what Cancer and Capricorn do. Cancer's home, Capricorn is at work. Cancer is feminine energy, Capricorn is masculine energy. So you start a lot. You probably definitely started up for your family, right? The Sag sun, though, probably wants a little bit of freedom from that. Probably wants to have a little bit more fun than be so serious, like the Cancer moon and the Capricorn rising would probably make you be. Does that make sense? Oh, thank you. Well, now we need to be friends, Rena. Follow me, I'll follow you back. You're a cool person. I appreciate that. All right. So can I get back really quick? I answered your question. Because I want everyone to get this. And I'm happy to, multitask. Definitely happy to multitask. Thank you for being cool, Rena. All right. So the danger with the North Node transit is that we can miss the boat, right? So today is the day to do something that the energy is telling you to do. If the energy is telling you to do something today, do it. Like the energy, let me just throw myself out there again. Mars and Leo, I'm a badass lion. And my Scorpio sun in 22 degrees. Hopefully I'll be able to talk about that too. But maybe we'll do a separate live talking about if you have any planets or points in 22 degrees, you're a badass. And I have those. And all my kids have them. And everybody I've dealt with and really loved hard has it too. So that explains a lot. It's the do or die degree, 22 degrees. It's ruled by Saturn, 22 degrees. So that's why it's do or die. Be responsible or you're going to get your lessons right up in your rear end, right? That's what 22 degrees of any placement is. We'll talk about that later. But my Mars and Leo, my bold lioness, having aggressive energy from Mars self, stepped into this energy with the conjunction of Jupiter in the North Node in the North Node and Jupiter conjunction, right? And I told my boss today, because she's starting, the CEO, not the boss, like the CEO of the company I work for. She was like, well, are you afraid of partnering up with me? Because I just got promoted and wasn't trained very well. So I'm winging everything, but I'm still doing good, right? Literally just passed a test that nobody can pass in my part of the agency. Anyway, she was like, are you afraid of working with me? And I said, let's be clear. I'm not afraid of anything. And so she was like, oh, well, I thought it was just because I'm the CEO, and that means nothing to me. I'm the CEO of Zakia, Z, TMZ, Z CEO of astrology, Get a Life Astrology. So nothing intimidates me. I intimidate. Anyway, you're welcome, Rena. Thank you, too. So, yeah, if you're feeling some kind of energy, something that doesn't make sense, but you feel like you should jump at it, let me just explain this conjunction we have right quick, and then we'll talk about the opposition, and then we'll move on. I'm trying to be off of here at 10:10, so we got like 40 minutes. We're doing good. And again, I appreciate y'all that are here. The likes are almost at 3,000. Thank you all. And thank you for all the gifts that were sent to, especially from you, Rita. All right, so the danger of the North Node transit is that we can miss the boat, but we don't trust that longing or that inner calling enough, right? So I'm not saying go out and be a badass if you don't have it in you. I'm just saying go with the flow. And I'm saying if you feel like you should do something, do it. Today is your lucky day. It's your destiny to do it with this conjunction. We may feel the pull to do something, but then we ignore it because it doesn't check in with our reality. Now listen, reality ain't real for everyone. Everybody's perspective on this reality, in this world, and this truth. This is coming from the conspiracy and the truth they're in. Time is fake. I'm starting to begin to think of some of astrology is kind of staged because time is fake. It's an illusion. That's on my truther end. But the energies are still fitting no matter if time is fake or not. Whatever energy we were in on that timeline is still aligning with what I'm talking about. And it will align with you once you learn your birth charts. Hey, son. There's my son, DJ. He has somebody else's picture on his on his page, but he came in to check on his mama's astrology. Thank you, DJ. Send me some likes and gifts. Send your mama some likes and gifts through the live. All right, so where were we? I'm feeling the love. Thank y'all. On my Mars return, y'all are turning up with me on my Mars return. All right, so North Node, South Node. Let's talk about it. North Node, Taurus, opposite sign is Scorpio. Again, it's getting ready to move into Aries and Libra because those are opposition signs. Virgo and Pisces are opposition signs. what did I miss? Capricorn and Cancer opposition signs. You're having an opposition with your rising and your moon signs, Rena, actually, because Cancer and Capricorn are opposition signs. Let's talk about that really quick for my girl Rena, if she's still in here. Having an opposition with the moon, which is your emotions and how you react to your overall personality, which is your rising sign, or it's otherwise known as an ascendant, is like having your emotions are opposing with who you really want to be, with your moon opposing your rising. I have Venus opposing, my Venus is in Scorpio, and it's opposing my Chiron in Taurus, because Scorpio is opposing, opposite sign of Taurus, right? This is like, I'm all Venus and Scorpio, definitely, right? And Chiron, the wounded healer, how we heal, right, is what I want in other people, right? But I don't express it in myself. Sometimes when you have opposing things, you're more like one than the other. So most of us are like our south node, because we all have south nodes and north nodes, right? And they're always opposing. Most of us are like our south node because that's where we're comfortable. Again, I have south node in Aries because my north node is in Libra. I definitely want to be a peaceful person, but I can get aggressive. My son will tell y'all I can get aggressive as a mug, and I'm comfortable being aggressive. I'm comfortable with being intimidating. I literally just said that a few minutes ago. I'm comfortable with being a do or die, a ride or die. I have no fears, and that's my Aries and South. And, I don't have to have fears. I can release all that because I really just want to harmonize with people. I really want to be diplomatic. I really want to give service to people, help people have better relationships, harmonizing relationships, because I need to start tapping into my North Node. It's been enough of the South Node. Do you understand? We need, as a society right now, we need to tap into our resources and figure out ways to get our resources without having the government to choke us, have a chokehold on us, Scorpio style, right? Hiding secrets and things. Do I teach classes? And I wish if I didn't have a full-time job working with people with disabilities, I have a full caseload, and we're about to have another few added to my caseload in another month. But I'm going to try to find time to get back into it. I do birth chart readings. I used to do them in 24 hours. Now it takes me like 48 to 72 hours, depending on how many I have to do at a time. But yeah, thank you for getting it, Raina. Thank you for asking, Crystal. Thank you again for the likes. We're almost at, we're at 3,600. Thank y'all. And thank y'all for being here and the gifts. So yeah, release whatever. Like, we need to release, and y'all can hate me for this. I'm on my high horse. Y'all know I don't care because I just said about my Aries. I want to harmonize with y'all. But with the Taurus North Node, there's so many more things to worry about. Okay? Release voting. I'm going to just say it. These folks are not doing nothing for us. If we're paying our own taxes to take care of our own lands and cities and stuff, why do we have them? Why do we need them? We can literally go out, work on whatever resources you have. I have some too. Put them together. We build our own streets. We take care of our own sidewalks. We plan our own food. We don't need the middleman hiding stuff. Does it really cost billions of dollars to make a highway? If it does, then y'all pay for that, and let's lessen the amount, and we'll pay for the streets in front of our house, and we'll fix those with our own resources. Does that make sense? Sure, Brina, hit me up. Follow me. I'll follow you back, and we'll talk in a DM. Sure will. Because I definitely want to see how you have that mutable energy, that changing energy with that. And then I literally attach the Sagittarius and Tauruses. Those are like my go-to people all day. I attract them. They're attracted to me. My girlfriend I just left alone was a Sag. My youngest daughter's father is a Sag. My oldest two kids' father is a Taurus now. Had a lot of Taurus boyfriends, a lot of Sagittarius boyfriends, and one Sagittarius girlfriend. Anyway. Yeah, hit me up. Hit that follow. Thank you, Rena. You're so cool. What am I again? I'm a Scorpio sun, Capricorn moon, and Libra rising. And I have the Libra North Node. And I have Pluto in Libra, which is generation. So everybody born in between mid 70s to 82, like 70, early 70s. I'm sorry, like 1970, 71 to 82 is Pluto Libra. Pluto transforms relationships in Libra. So that we were the ones who all our parents were mostly getting divorced, or we had really rough upbringings because Pluto either brings fear or give me a second. I need to yell at my kids. What's burning? Milan! I can't even yell. Zane! What's burning? Sagittarius. Hey, Empress. I track Sagittarius all day. I'm literally, like I said, Scorpio, 22 degrees. So I'm like 1 week away from Sagittarius season.
It was the dumplings.
Oh. Tell her, please, open the back window. Open the back window. Thank you. All right.
I'm not about to open the back.
I'm on live, but I love you. Thank you for making sure the house doesn't burn down.
They were not on in the first place.
All right. So anyway, you're almost a Scorpio, Marina. What do you like, November 23rd? My daughter's father.
Hi.
That's Zane. He's November 24th. He's Sagittarius 1 degree. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, you're the 25th, so you're the day after him. Oh, yeah, she's gone now. That's my Cancer Sun, Virgo rising, Taurus moon. Yep. I'm glad you know. Do you know your nodes? Let's get back to the nodes real quick, too, so I can also talk with the other people that are here still. But I appreciate you, Rena, for even hanging in here with me this long. Yeah, you got to, so we'll talk. We'll talk. You got to know your whole birth chart to really know how to map out life. Life literally changed when I figured out what my destiny is, and every little placement you have and every little degree. I'm sorry, I'm trying to open up my other phone. Is important. Every little degree. You probably have 22 degrees somewhere on there too. You're probably a ride or die chick too, huh? All right. So let me see. Jupiter conjunct the North Node opposing the South Node. That's what I was trying to get up to. So the very interesting thing about the North Node and the South Node is that there are the quintessence, I forgot how you say that word, y'all know what I'm trying to say, of the opposition aspect. So we're talking about oppositions. This is what an opposition is, right? The symbol right here. Understanding the North Node and the South Node and how they work together can give us clues about how all the other oppositions in our chart work. Again, like I said, I have Venus opposing. Here's my other daughter, Milan.
Nothing is burning. And it's hot as hell, so I'm not really cooking nothing. You want spring rolls and cabbage?
Sure.
Because you're not eating a pork dumpling.
Okay, I'm gonna lie. Is he asleep?
Yes.
Okay. I'll talk to you at 10:10.
I'm going to your car.
All right. And that's my 22-year-old. So I have 3 kids and 1 grandson. 22-year-old Taurus, Sun, Aries, Moon, and Gemini rising. And then my son who's on this live is Libra Sun, Libra Moon, Taurus rising. All my kids have Taurus placements. My son has all those Libra placements. He's a Libra stellium, which means he has a lot of placements in Libra. But he has 2 in Scorpio, and they're both at the 22 degrees. So that's why I want to talk about the 22 degrees, but we'll probably do that another day. I'll come back. I don't know, but something about that number I see a lot. 22, I have a 22-year-old daughter. It's crazy. Last year was 2022, which was the wildest year. Everything since 20s. Since 20 has been wild, right? Has it not? But let me wrap up with this really quick. I do multitask well, but then I get on a topic and I feel passionate about it. And I want to talk about it, but let me finish this up because I feel passionate about this too. So oppositions are probably the most difficult aspects, having an opposition on your birth chart, okay? This can be difficult because there's so much luck here, but then there's something always creeping, up from behind, getting ready to put you in a place where you've already been and you need to figure out how to get out. That's releasing, especially Scorpio means releasing. Scorpio's ruled by the genitalia, and we all release in our genitalia, do we not? It also represents the anus. So we all release in our anus. Release. That's the key to the Scorpio South Node. Release the toxicity, release the Scorpio represents hidden things. Scorpio represents fear. It represents intensity. You don't have to release the intensity, but maybe the way, like, I'm intense, like I said, and it has to do with a lot of my placements, not just my Aries South Node. It has to do with my 22-degree Scorpio, but I can present it in a different way with my Libra South Node, right? So we all can release and figure out a different way on how to get our resources. Thank you again for the rose, Mina. Our resources with the Taurus North Node. Again, we don't have to have these on our birth chart, but because we're living in it in these days right now for the last 16 months and we got 2 more to go, it's best to figure out another way to use your resources. Okay. Opposition, okay, not because they're inherently difficult, but because by nature they are difficult to figure out, right? It's hard, is it not, to figure out how to get out of your comfort zone with everyone. A lot of y'all didn't want to hear, if you heard me say this a minute ago, you did not want to hear me say stop voting. But literally, what has voting gotten us as a society? Nothing but control. Our resources are controlled. Our finances are controlled. This is all Taurus stuff. The only way we're going to get this stuff to be less controlled and the way we want as individuals is to figure out new ways. New ways. Okay. In most cases, we identify with one of the planets in the opposition and we project the second one onto others. So, like I said, the South Node is where we're comfortable. So we're more than likely projecting, as I project my Aries South Node on a lot of people with being aggressive. I was aggressive with my own CEO today. Okay. But a lot of us project voting. Oh, you have the right to vote. You better go vote. A lot of us project fear. Oh, my goodness. A lot of people love to label in this world. I'm an anti-masker to people. I'm an anti-vaxxer to people. Release that. Even if you still want to believe in voting, even if you still, feel right, release the need to impress that on others. It's not going to work out for you. Step into the way that will be comfortable for you by making some changes. And that's all it's saying, is that it's difficult to find out because in most cases we identify with one of the planets more than the other. We apply the same principle to all oppositions. Again, Venus in Scorpio is one of the toughest Venuses to have. It's toxic. I'm hiding. I used to hide my orgasms. And Scorpio has to do with orgasms. You get releasing, right? Why do I only have 20% left? Let me charge my phone back up. But just, hey, Italian recovering. I need to call you by your real name, not your not your TikTok name. You're a Pisces sun, right, with a Scorpio moon. Oh, clutching my pearls. It's the Scorpio moon right now, child. It's the Scorpio moon right now because we're about to have the Sagittarius full moon tomorrow night or the next night. Tell me what's up with my friend trying to read my chart, but I'm still a little confused. Muffy. Okay, I'll call you Muffy. Thank you, Muffy. Right. That's funny. My kids' aunt, both of them. So I have 3 kids, 2 with one man and 1 with another. Both of their aunts on both fathers. Their nicknames is Muffin. Isn't that crazy? All right, just had to share. Yeah, so I can definitely tap into your reading. We'll talk in the DM. Because we're talking about nodes right now, and those are really important for everyone to know on their birth chart. And currently the one that's right now. Muffin? I thought you said Muffy. So Muffy or Muffin? Either one? You see how I track Sagittarius and Muffins, clearly. Yeah, and I track Tauruses. All right. One last thing I wanted to say about this opposition. So if you have an opposition, like it says here, it gives the example of Venus opposite Saturn. So Venus is the planet of love, beauty, finances, and Saturn is a planet Hey, Vincent Robinson, give me 1 second. Aries, Sun, Moon in Gemini, North Node in Scorpio. Okay. So your destiny with the North Node in Scorpio, which is opposite of this one, right, is to step into your power. To be a little more intense with people that need that intense push, right? To be more, could be provocative. It could be more intimate in your relationships. Could build on partnerships with people. That's what that North Node in Scorpio is. Thank you for sharing, Vincent Robson. Okay, Muffy. I'll call you Muffy. So yeah, he shared his, and like I said, even if you have these placements, but they're opposite like he does, the North Node is currently in Taurus, but his North Node on his chart is in Scorpio, the opposite of what's going on right now. He probably does well with his intensity. It's his destiny to be an intense person, to probably motivate people to step into their power. That's what Scorpio's here for. Or to even release some of those not so positive Scorpio energies, right? But with a South Node in Taurus that you have, Vince Robinson, right? With your South Node being in Taurus, opposite your North Node in Scorpio, you personally more than likely have to release having to be so comfortable with, Taurus represents resources, mainly food. And a lot of Tauruses I know love to eat. And you might need to release some of your eating habits. Okay? Let me know if I'm going in the right path of this. You might need to release some of your wants and desires with your finances. A lot of Tauruses, earth signs are about material things. My mother's a Taurus. My grandmother's a Scorpio. My daughter's a Taurus. I'm a Scorpio. That was the pattern for a while until she had my grandson, who was a Capricorn, and a boy, right? So we had the girl Scorpio Taurus pattern going for a while. But all the Tauruses are collectors. They have to have every single thing. My mother, I'm not saying she's a hoarder because she has a clean home, but there's stuff everywhere still. Okay. And my daughter has 300 shoes that she's trying to sell because she just bought them for no reason. And that's all I want to say about Tauruses. So when you have a Taurus South Node, more than likely you need to release some of those material things. Let me know if I'm right, Vince, if you're still here. All right. I'm struggling with my Scorpio moon as a Pisces because it's Scorpio moon. Lots of emotions. And I figured that just from knowing your story, Muffy, lots of emotions with Pisces. Anything. Pisces also can escape from their emotions and just want to put them in a box somewhere like they won't pop back out. Scorpio likes to dig so deep that we build up because we're hiding those deep emotions. Having a Scorpio moon is tough. It's just like having a Capricorn moon, which is my moon. We have tough lives. Those are the two toughest moons to have. Cancer rules. Cancer, the moon is actually ruled by the other water sign, Cancer. So feeling all the feels with all that water energy. It says, what's supposed to be your match? Let me know. Y'all keep hitting them likes. I want to possibly have 5,000 before I leave. And I'm leaving in 15 minutes, y'all. Tell my kids they can have my attention from 10:10 to midnight. Oh, it could possibly be Muffy because Pisces energy. So Pisces is the fish, right? A lot of Pisces that I know drink like a fish. There's only one that I know doesn't drink like a fish because she smokes like a chimney. Gotta laugh to avoid from crying sometimes. I feel you because I'm a water sign too, right? So, and like all my friends are Pisces until I didn't have them no more because sometimes Pisces victimize themselves. My father's a Pisces. But anyway, the fish in the symbol is low vibe or high vibe. And all signs have positive energy and negative energy. It's all about balance, just like the Libra. Even though the Libra's symbol is scales, the Libra has to always balance those scales. So some Libras could be unbalanced, right? But thank you for the likes. But when you have the Pisces, because the Pisces is the last sign, so it's wrapping up everything. trying to end things out before Aries starts, a new beginning starts, right? So it's hard to wrap up some of those things. Pisces also has to do, when I'm talking about the fish again, high spirituality, right? So high that you know you're the shit, or so low that everybody thinks you're some shit. I'm thinking of the fish. And, you know, Scorpio has levels too. Scorpio has the scorpion that crawls the ground and stings everything that it touches. Then it has the phoenix, which rises from the ashes and starts, rising. I thought it was the phoenix last, but it's actually the eagle, because the eagle stays up and soars, right? But the eagle can also sleep down and get its prey. So it's like, there's levels to everything. Levels to everything. You said Libra man. My son is a Libra man. Chill. And I'm a Libra rising. He said, yeah, but that's what I was saying. So Pisces tend to want to escape, and that's where the drugs come in. That's where the alcoholism comes in. My father was officer friendly. I don't know if you know about officer friendly, but he literally got fired for being a crack user because officer friendlies had to carry around the drugs in the box. He also got fired for some other stuff, but had to carry around the drugs in the box to tell kids which drugs not to use, but he would use some of them. Also, because my parents got divorced when I was a teenager, I would literally see, my father was a nympho too, just intense. Pisces, February 28th. He smoked crack, drugs, weed, alcohol, nympho, Vietnam vet, DC cop, corrupt cop at that. Whew, he was intense. You hear me? I don't even know. My mother got his birth certificate somewhere. I tried to do his thing. I think he had a Cancer moon, because he would always turn around and start crying about being victimized. It's his upbringing that's the reason he's so off the chain. That's what we went through. I wrote a book that I got to put out, even though me and my father are literally healing. We haven't talked in 10 years. And we are literally just starting to heal by him following me on Facebook and liking some of my pictures. That's how we're healing currently right now. Oh, you're the 27th? Yeah, y'all are scared. And I'm glad that you're tapping into it and not being offended. But, your son is a Libra too? You see, I love how I connect with people. It's so weird how, as the universe is moving. Since 2020, I have totally separated myself from the clique I used to be in to just people that I totally could vibe with online or in person if we were to ever meet in this world. So you're cool. I hate being a victim, but I'm happy for you with your dad. Yeah, I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. Because literally my intense Scorpio self told him that I would unalive him if he were to touch my children, because he was all kinds of abusive, sexually, not touching me, but just he would leave porn out. He would leave his pictures that he took of the woman he was cheating on with my mother out. He told me at 18 I would have had 18 brothers and sisters. I literally met my oldest sister when she was 16 and I was 10, and I met my younger sister when she was 16 and my older sister was 22. So my father was off the chain. And I wrote a whole book about me and my upbringing with him. Coming out hopefully this year. It's already done. I just got to publish it. But yeah, I know that saying I would unalive him was wrong, but he did play a victim for a whole 10 years and before he even decided to follow me on Facebook. Plus he hates that I'm a Trump supporter too. But now he's starting to wake up because he likes all my conspiracy theory truths that he sees on my page. So it's working out. I appreciate you, Richard. Strong women know each other. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So yeah, y'all, let me talk a little bit more about Mars and Leo, and then we're going to wrap this up in 9 minutes, okay? Mars and Leo is what I have on my birth chart. Again, it is my Mars return because Mars is currently in Leo at 7 degrees. It should be about 10 minutes in the next hour. It was at 7 minutes. It was at 8 minutes. 7 degrees and 8 minutes when I started this live. And the minutes move like every hour for Mars. Mars is close to the sun, so it moves kind of with the sun. Mars is in Leo, the sun is in Gemini. It was in retrograde, so that's why it's kind of behind schedule. But anyway, because my Mars is in Leo today, I'm stepping into my power. Mars is about your power, aggression. It also rules Scorpio and Aries. And being it's in Leo, it's another fire sign like Aries. So it's perfect in Mars. Leo has to deal with celebrity status. Leo has to do with, say it with your chest, your heart, being brave, lion energy, right? And that's all I want to say about Mars and Leo. I did want to talk about 22 degrees of, if you have 20 degrees in your chart, but I think I'm going to do a whole thing like that. And we can literally do that in, let's say, over the weekend. Also talking about this weekend, we're having the Sagittarius strawberry full moon. The Sagittarius moon, the full moon in Scorpio is finally over. I don't know if y'all felt like a month ago we had some intense energies out here because of the nodes. Like I said, the nodes being in Scorpio and Taurus, they control the eclipses. So we just had a full moon in Scorpio, which is an eclipse. It's a lunar eclipse. And that is why it just wrapped up. So the next eclipses will be in Aries and Libra because the nodes will be switching to Aries and Libra, like I said, by July. Yes, thank God that's over because Scorpio moon, as you know, Mafi, right? Scorpio moon in an eclipse. Eclipse is like catapulting energy, right? So it was like catapulting us to release something. Maybe it was my relationship because Scorpio has to do with intimate relationships. Maybe it had to do with my just stepping into my power. You know, I said this on a little video clip I put on here earlier today, actually, yesterday when I passed my test, that I really never wanted to finish college, finish high school, have a job, none of this, be a teacher, none of it. But when I stepped into my power and saw how I'm changing people's livelihoods for the better, okay, because I'm not just talking stuff, I have to back it up. I still literally follow some of my students and they follow me. Still literally talk to some of my parents, and so I could still talk to some of my students. You know, it was my destiny. Like I said, having Libra in the North Node was my destiny for me to work with people. But I never wanted it. So I can still work with people, as Sunny MF and Money, one of my favorite TikTokers, said to me when he was doing my own, because I do readings, but I also get readings from others just to see, you know, to support as well as to see where we are having similar ideas about the charts that we're reading, right? So I had him read it and he was like, you can still work with people in your own business. So that's why I was so excited about passing the test, because literally my own business, I can do what I do now with so many certifications and do astrology and be a full-time grandma or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can do a lot and still work with people. Oh, there's my girl from LA, Holistically Hilarious. I need to know y'all's, thank you, Muffy. I need to know y'all's real names. And then one day we do need to go to live together, Muffy. We do need to go live together, Holistically Hilarious. So she has a twist on that because she laughs to heal. That's why I love her page. Please check out her if you see her in the chat. Yeah. What can I talk about in 5 minutes? Any questions? There's only 2 people left in here, but I appreciate it. I almost got up to 5,000 likes. I appreciate those likes and those gifts. It was good talking with Rena this evening. Definitely good talking with Muffy. Muffy, I forgot how you found me, but I remember I just saw all your likes on my notifications. And I was like, let me go in here and show support. That's what that Libra rising, my Libra North Node, and my Pluto in Libra does. I literally am like people person. If I see somebody support me, I gotta support you. I'm a ride or die for loyalty and support. And you gonna get the same. But all Scorpios do that too. Like, you know, Scorpio, even having a moon in Scorpio, I know your emotions can sometimes feel like you have to be loyal, and we do. But always be loyal to self first. Because one of my favorite shows, even though it shouldn't be, but that's another story for another time, because I'm in the 3D and 5D world like some of us are, right? All of us are in the 3D world currently, but some of us are in 5D world, meaning we think a little bit outside the box, right? Think a little bit outside the status quo. I support to it. Yep. That's that Scorpio energy, and Libra energy if you have any on your birth chart. But and deep with Scorpio, right? Like everything has to be layers down. You know? That's why I do good at my job is like I literally have to go talk to employers about their businesses to see if there's a person that has disabilities that still has skills like all of us do that would be perfect for their business. So I investigate for a living now, and that is the Scorpio way. Get down to the layers, okay? I see you have this for hire, but you all have a pile of papers in the corner that nobody's touched every time I come into your establishment in 5 years. How about I put somebody who knows how to file really well in that position, and they work part-time, and even though they have disabilities, they're able to do this, blah, blah, blah. You know, I make the connections with what I have. I make the connections with my themes for people and myself. My theme is doing astrology, so I'm on the hospitality committee. You know, like I want to tell everybody happy birthday. I also want to know how everybody operates, so I know their signs, right? At least their sun signs. But I use astrology for everyday interactions because I'm a people person. So in my intimate relationships, having a Scorpio sun, and in my relationships in general, as a Libra rising, as a Libra North Node, I have to know. And that's the Scorpio stuff too. We have to know the deep dark stuff. We have to know astrology. Astrology is in layers too. There's houses, there's signs, there's planets, there's placements, there's aspects. It's a lot to do, a lot to know. And I'm willing to share that with anyone. Hopefully Rena DM'd me. Muffy, I will definitely hit you up in the DM too. And maybe one day I will be teaching these classes because it's important. You know, astrology is a little bit more important to know the astrology of the day. It's important to know when that moon is because some people get up with stank-ass attitudes and have no idea why. If it's a Scorpio moon, I know I gotta, you know, watch my emotions. If it's the Aries moon, which is my oldest daughter, I literally tell her, watch what you say today because it could offend someone. Watch your impulses. That's why it is literally important to know. It is literally important to know astrology. There's Time Passages is a free app. It'll tell you the daily chart every day. It'll also tell you about your birth chart. It'll also do compatible with people for like 99 cents per person that you want to add to compare to your own birth chart. AstroCharts.com online. And none of these people pay me, but I'm trying to just grow the awareness for those of you who are interested in finding out more. Or you can always go through me. All right. And I think that's about it. It's 10:10. Ashe! We say Ashe, meaning we've seen the repetitive numbers, the angel numbers, 10:10, 11:11, 12:12, 1:11. Ashe. Ashe to you all. Have a good night, Muffy. Have a good night, everyone.